Hello, my name is Doren Day, and welcome to Wellness on the Waterfront, presented by Independence Blue Cross and in conjunction with the Delaware River Waterfront Corporation and Studio 34. So welcome to Tai Chi for strengthening and energizing the body. Tai Chi is an ancient Chinese exercise and martial art that not only looks beautiful and flowing, but it also strengthens the body and creates improved energy flow. And as an acupuncturist, I'm very aware that energy flow is at the root of our health. So practicing in this way is a way that you can improve your health, your circulation, and your immunity, simply by moving your body in ways that increase and improve your energy. So let's start out. I'm going to have you follow me, moving through some of the moves of the Tai Chi form. So just follow along as best you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. And we'll flow through some of the first opening moves of Tai Chi. Start with your heels together. Standing with your knees slightly bent, and imagine there's a string from the top of your head pulling upwards into the sky. Breathing in, we draw the arms up. Breathing out, the hands come back down. Continue following. Good. Let's do that again. So heels together. Back is upright and relaxed. And begin. Following as we flow through the moves smoothly. Breathing in and exhaling. Good. And one more time. Good. So as you were able to feel following along in Tai Chi, we're moving smoothly and steadily, and the knees are quite bent. In Tai Chi, because it's a type of exercise that we use not just our bodies, but also we use imagery and alignment in order to include our energy and our body's health. Healthy energy flow within the exercise itself. I'm going to introduce you to one of the really important concepts in Tai Chi, and we'll work with that, which is very important energy center. And it's also the center of gravity. So when we're moving, anytime, through any perspective, our body is centered here below the navel. So if you have your index finger right where your navel is, right about where your pinky is, and inside the abdominal wall is your center of gravity. In Tai Chi, we call it the Dantian. That's where we imagine all the movement coming from when we're moving in Tai Chi. So I want you to just take your feet about shoulder width apart. Let your knees be slightly bent. Let your back be straight up and down. And I'm going to have you just shifting the weight to one side and the other. You can put your hand on your lower belly if you'd like, or arms down by the sides. And feel how the entire movement starts and continues by the movement of that center, that dantian in your lower belly. Relaxation is one of the important qualities of moving in Tai Chi. So let everything else relax. And it's just the movement of the dantian of the lower belly that sends you and shifts your weight from one side all the way down one side. And the dantian shifts and moves all the way to the other side. So feel how when the weight comes in, the foot flattens out, anchors down into the floor, and then shifting to the other side. The weight is pouring like you would pour sand from an hourglass from one side to the other. And now here, stay here with all your weight on one leg. The other foot is still flat on the floor, but it's what we call empty. It's empty of weight. And to check that, we can pick the foot up. If your foot is empty of weight, you can pick it up without having to shift. And it shouldn't create any changes in the rest of your body. Let's go to the other side. All the weight into the other side now. And check this emptiness of the other foot. If you had to shift in order to pick that foot up, that means that not quite all of your weight had gotten into that leg first. So really pour all of the weight into the standing leg so that you can lift the other foot up and down without causing any earthquakes or changes anywhere else. So set that foot down, but keep it empty. And then dantian shifts back towards the center. This quality of moving from the dantian, from the lower belly, is one of the real secrets of Tai Chi. It creates a lot of body awareness that helps us to be more aware in a martial sense, but also just in walking down the street or being in any environment. Our body's intelligence can show up when we're centered and aware in our lower belly, in our dantian. So I want to have us try moving through the Tai Chi form as we did with the opening. And this time, really bring your attention to your lower belly as you're doing those moves. So let's try that again. Feel your feet flat on the floor. Feel support from the top of your head up towards the sky. Relax. And let your attention sink down into your lower belly, into your dantian. And let it be your dantian that begins the movement. Moving from your lower belly and breathing all the way down into your lower belly. Breathing in, belly expands, breathing out, belly and lungs relax. Keep moving and shifting from the lower belly and let everything else be relaxed and following that movement. Great. Now let's simplify. Let's just take empty steps and feel the movement from the lower belly. Now, what is an empty step? You just checked your weight to see if it was empty. Now we're going to put that into motion. So when we're taking empty steps, instead of just falling into that foot like we normally do when walking down the street, we're really just falling and catching ourselves all the time. This time we're going to keep the weight, 100% of the weight in the back leg, and set the stepping foot down empty of weight. So that again, if we needed to, we could pick it up, we could check it, we could move it somewhere else if there was a hole there without causing any disruption to our balance. So we're going to set the foot down, heel, toe, empty. And then once it's empty, we shift all the weight into that leg. We let the back foot just peel up till we've got all the weight in the other leg, and step forward, heel, toe, without shifting any weight at all. We can check it and not have shifted any weight, and then pour the weight into that leg. So I like to get back as far away from the screen as I can in the room that I'm in, and just shift all the weight to one side or the other, and keep the weight there on that leg as you set the heel down and as you set the toe down. That front foot is empty of weight. Pick it back up again, and just, if you had to shift to do that, bring your foot a little closer so you can pick it up and down without any shifting, and then set it down empty and shift all the weight into that foot. Let the leg just relax, the back leg just relax down. So you got all the weight on the other side now, and a heel, empty, toe, empty. And then pour the weight forward into that leg. Let the back leg hang down, the foot can peel up. And taking another empty step. Keep going. On this next step, once you've set the heel down and the toe down, pick the foot back up again. Check it out. Did you have to shift back in order to get the foot off the ground? If so, get it to where you can pick it up and down easy. Next, and then set it down empty. Shift the weight forward. And keep taking empty steps. You can turn when you need to and do empty steps in a circle. You can do them down the hall. And feel yourself moving from your dantian. So you're not shifting while you're setting the foot down empty, but then as you shift forward, it's the dantian that moves. And really, we can imagine that it's the dantian that's sending that other foot forward to set down heel and toe. And then the dantian shifts again. Kind of sets that leg in motion. And if you smooth it out, it really becomes one flow where the dantian is moving, shifting, sending the leg forward, empty step, shifting. Just see if you can smooth that out so there's no stop in motion at any time. Because the dantian, the lower belly, is the center that's coordinating all of that movement. Good. Coming back around, find your way back to the center of your space, taking empty steps. Nice. Cool, pretty cool to be paying attention to walking in ways that we don't usually notice. There's a lot to be discovered there. And there's a lot of ways that we don't pay attention to how we're standing. So a lot of times, instead of really holding ourselves up with all the weight on one leg, we do a lot to avoid that. We might stand with the knee locked out, and that kind of just doesn't allow the muscles to hold us up. We're just stacking up our bones. Sometimes we'll pop our hip out to the side, and again, just resting on the joints, but not really holding the weight up with the muscles of the leg in the way it was intended. When we do stand with all the weight on one side or the other, I think you'll find that your leg muscles start to tell you about that in short order, because it's not something we spend a lot of time doing. But it is something that's very energizing, strengthening, and enlivening. So let's practice that a little bit. Take a shoulder width, outsides of the feet parallel. So you may need to turn your toes in a little bit to get the outsides of the feet really parallel to the front. Good. Bend the knees. Let yourself feel like there's a weight attached to the tailbone so that there's a relaxed lengthening of the spine. And imagine a string from the top of the head pulling up, supporting you. The string goes all the way up into the heavens, into the cosmos. So your spine is lengthened but relaxed, and your knees are bent. Yep. Now I'm going to have you shift again back and forth, all the weight to one side, all the weight to the other. Feel how when you've got all the weight on one, the other foot is still connected to the floor, but it's empty. When you shift, put your hands on your hips for a moment and feel that they stay even. So we're not tipping. We're keeping the hips level. And remember this again, the hips are relaxed under, so we're not sticking our butt out as we shift. Staying upright and shifting all the weight into one leg. Let's check that. Pick up the other foot. All the weight into the other side. Smoothly shifting and feeling the other leg empty. And then just check that. Pick it up. Empty. So set that foot down. Let's check again. Are we in a good shoulder width position? Shift the weight all the way to one side. Feel the emptiness of the other leg. You can have your hands on your hips or by your sides. Feel the string pulling upwards towards the heavens. Relax. And we're going to keep all the weight on this side and hold this position for a little bit. Relax, but keep the knees quite bent and keep all the weight on that leg. Check it a little bit. Can you pick up the other foot? Oh, yeah. Good. So keep breathing. Keep relaxing. You can imagine that the weight is sinking down through the body, through the leg, even down through the bottom of the foot, down into the floor and into the earth below. And then once that leg starts to warm up a bit, we shift smoothly again. All the weight into the left, the other side, whichever side you're on. And back and forth, smoothly 100%. And then 100% of the weight to the other side, emptying the empty foot. Hips stay level and relaxed under. Lengthen up again. Feel that support from the top of your head. And relax down from that. It's like if someone was holding a string like you were a marionette, and you could just let the rest of your body relax down from that. And when you're ready, shift all the weight to the other side, the different side than you practiced last time. And feel your hips relaxed under and level, your string pulling upwards so your spine is lengthened. Relax your belly. Feel all the weight on this leg. Check the emptiness of the other foot. And as you hold this 100% of the weight on this side, relax. See where you might find some tension and how you might be able to soften that. Imagining that the weight and even the tension sinks down through the body, through the leg, down through the bottom of the foot, and into the earth below. Good. Hold in another big breath. And then come back to the center. And you can just walk a little bit. Did you feel it in your legs? Surprising how a short period of time with 100% of the weight can really be noticed by our muscles in our legs. And check out and see what you notice in your energy. If that's something that you're aware of, usually in Tai Chi, it's not an aerobic exercise. We're not necessarily out of breath, but you might feel a little flushed. You might feel, your hands might feel more alive. Just things to check for and feel for. So let's again come back into the flowing movements of the Tai Chi form. Bringing this awareness both of moving from the lower belly, the dantian, and really getting the weight from one side to the other, taking empty steps. So follow once more through the Tai Chi moves, starting from the beginning. Feeling the movement coming from the dantian, pouring all the weight into one leg, taking an empty step, shifting, pouring the weight, all the weight into the other leg, and taking an empty step. Good. So you may not be able to remember all those moves that we just did of the Tai Chi form, but you probably can remember the simple stepping forward of empty steps. So that might be something that you could take and practice from this practice. Simply keeping all the weight in one leg and laying the other foot down empty, and then moving forward from the dantian, pouring the weight into that leg to create an empty step with the other. This type of movement brings a quality of aliveness and energy flow, strengthens the legs, improves the energy flow throughout all of the meridians in the body, the energy pathways, as well as the blood circulation and joints and balance. All of these things are some of the benefits of Tai Chi. And thank you for your interest and your exploration of experiencing a little bit of the Tai Chi form. Thank you for joining me for Wellness on the Waterfront, presented by Independence Blue Cross. Tune in to the DRWC Philly YouTube channel for more exclusive videos and follow on social media.